Dear seniors, the college process lied to you several times. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, my name is Andriana, or as most of you guys know me, Andriana Ruth, and today I'm back with another YouTube video. Today's video will be a part of a larger series on my channel about getting into college and the college process and the way that you as an upcoming senior can find the right place for you. So currently I'm in that in-between stage between just freshly graduated from high school and about to become a freshman in college. That's why this video is not what to do in your freshman year of college. This video is for seniors specifically because I just stopped being a senior about 3 months ago. I would like to start by saying that all of the information in this video, as are the information in all my college process videos, they're all based on my own personal experience and what I wish I'd known before going into the process by myself. Take that with a grain of salt and let's get right into the video. Time management and stress. The reality of the situation here is you are going to be adding on an additional responsibility onto your already packed schedule. Now, what people do not tell you is that your workload and what you experience in high school, your everyday life experiences, your friend groups breaking up, or you having issues at home, none of that stops because you have to apply to college. So it's just all of that plus college, plus extracurricular activities, plus class. You start to drown. That is what happened to me. When it comes to the college process, managing your time is so incredibly important. Making sure that you're not taking on too many extra classes. Making sure that you do not take on too many extracurricular activities. In another one of my videos, I'll go through my entire extracurricular list, and honestly, when I look back at it, I don't even understand how I had the bandwidth or the time or the brain power to do all of that work. All of those things add up. All of those things pile up. When your college counselor tells you that no Ivy League, no top 10 school will take you if you don't have all your APs on that transcript, they are lying to you. Because every kid that applies to an Ivy League, every kid that applies to college at a high level like that already has all of that. What differentiates you is your personality and what you have that all those other kids don't. Don't stress yourself out with excessive work that you do not need to do in order to appease these people, because at the end of the day, when they don't accept you, even when you've done all of that, you'll realize that it's the schools that do accept you and do want you for what you already have that will actually get you places that you need to be. Making sure that you start off your year knowing, hey, these are my deadlines, and I'm gonna take on maybe 2 extracurricular activities on Thursday and maybe 2 on Tuesday, but Monday, Wednesday, and Friday are my free days. I don't wanna do anything but my homework and maybe relaxation at the end of the day. Make sure that you speak to yourself and really reflect on what you need, not just what people are telling you that you need to do. Don't push yourself too thin. Don't push yourself to do more work, because you are a capable human being who deserves to have extra time on their hands to watch some YouTube, to play some Sims, to get on whatever video game you want to get on, to go outside and smell grass. You deserve to have that, and you deserve to enjoy your high school experience. Trying to figure out what makes you you is way harder than you think. They tell you the whole time, they're like, you need to figure out who you are. What do you bring? What do you have that we want? And colleges ask you that constantly. Every other question is literally about you. What do you have that we want? You're selling yourself to people in order to make one person in that decision room say, yeah, we'll take her. Like, you're literally selling yourself. And so figuring out who you are and what life experiences made you who you are is an incredibly taxing experience. While I did actually enjoy writing my personal statement because I wrote about something that it seems mundane but honestly had a big impact on my life, you do want, again, your experience that you write about to be palatable. They tell you a lot of times that you cannot write about grief, you cannot write about any injury or anything that's too cliche in that way, and that is true. However, if you truly believe that that is what makes you you, then sure. but trying to figure out like what makes you tick. What are you passionate about when you've spent your entire high school experience not really thinking about it in that sense? You're like, I want to do dance because I like to dance. Like that's not like, and it's not a deep rooted, like deep understanding. It's just because you like it. And so you're gonna take your time and say, I might not really understand myself fully, but based on what I do know, these are all of the things in my life that I can think about that made impacts on me. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a place, maybe you moved, maybe it's a teacher, maybe it's a class that you really enjoy. Just basic things. And as you write them out, it will help your ideas flow, and it will help you start understanding who you are, and it will help you with those supplemental essays, because now you have all of these different prompts that you could hypothetically write about, all of these things that are important to you that you could write about, that now that you have these questions, these prompts that they give you for supplemental essays, or even just your personal statement if you don't need to write any, that will help you. Now that you have all your thoughts on paper, you won't just be searching around in the cloud grabbing like random stuff. You actually know what you want to write about and what parts of you want them to see. It's very important that you curate your college application to be as you as possible and keep it authentic, while also still giving them something that they can read and say, okay, I understand who this person is based on these 8 questions, based on these 5 questions, because that is what makes you, in that sense, marketable for them and useful for them. So you're gonna sell them authentically who you are, but still keep it curated. Number 3, I need perfect grades to get in. Oh my gosh, when I tell you that this statement grinds my gears, because that was literally me. The fact is, if they see that you started off in 9th grade with horrible grades and that you were able to grow from those to 12th grade and 11th grade and have great grades, they will see that as just you pushing for growth. If you're a student that you get A's and B's, or you get 3 A's and 2 B's, that is also okay. But if you have A's, B's, and C's, that is also okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You're just marketing yourself for a different set of colleges. Just because it's not a top 10 school does not mean that it's not a good school. That does not mean anything. If you know you're gonna apply to college, this applies from freshman year all the way up until senior year. You do wanna put in the best effort that you can to get the best grades that you can. You wanna be able to say, hey, I put my entire foot in this, and even though I ended with maybe like all A's and a B or all B's and a C, that you know that that is as best as you could have done. And it's a very toxic mindset that they instill in you in the beginning of the process to say everyone who has all A's will automatically get in, which is a lie, because it happened to me. I got rejected from a lot of schools that were within reach for me based on the grades that I had and the extracurriculars that I had. And if you have bad grades, that you automatically can't get in anywhere, because that's not true. You have the ability to do it. And it's a toxic mindset that is enforced in all of us from a very young age. All of us overachievers, that if we're not doing all the extracurricular activities, and if we're not putting our best effort into everything that we're doing, that we're automatically worthless and we have nothing to show for all the work that we put in. I am a victim of that mindset, because the entire time I was going through high school, I wasn't having any fun. I was just like, I gotta do SGA, I gotta do NHS, I gotta do drama, like I gotta put everything in everything. And at the end of the day, it left me going home with nothing. What matters the most is that you're making these skills, the skills of hard work, the skills of being able to be dedicated to something that doesn't necessarily give you any output, but gives you skills that you can take away and use in other environments. You don't need to have straight A's. You need to have a straight mindset. Your mindset needs to be a hard-working mindset. Once you have that and you put your effort into that, colleges that actually value hard-working students will take you for what you are. Number 4, avoiding comparison. There are so many people that organizations, clubs, leadership roles, all those things end up overlapping, and what ends up differentiating you in the end is the thing that you spend the least time on, which is cultivating your person. You cannot compare yourself with the academics of another person, because at the end of the day, in the United States, our college process is not only based on grades. You can't compare yourself to someone who is unlike you. Comparing lemons to apples, they're nothing alike. You do not need to compare yourself to other people in order to force yourself to work harder. That's not necessary. The most you should do is compare yourself to your future self. In the future, I want to be rich, I want to have money, so this is what I need to do to get there. That's as most as you should do. You should not go around going, well, you know, she was doing this and I want to be like her. And no, don't idolize people, because most of those people who worked that hard and had those accomplishments were struggling just as much as you. They just got picked. The college process is not something you can predict. You can never know why a school rejects and accepts you. This leads on to my next point. Rejection is hard. It is hard. Because getting rejected by like a guy or a girl, okay, you can see them, but you're gonna get over it. Getting rejected by your dream school is the most humbling. You've never been humbled before until you open up that letter. They go, girl, no. I was never rejected in that way before in my life, and it was the first time in my life I had no control over any thoughts. I couldn't persuade them. All it was just me. You don't understand the feeling of rejection until you've been working day in and day out trying to figure out how to do your best, get the best grades, do all the extracurricular activities, have all the titles, do all the things, and then what you thought you were doing all that work for tells you, we don't want you, sorry. That can really, 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 really crush your confidence if you're somebody who seeks academic validation, or just who seeks validation from outside sources all the time and who hasn't really been providing it for yourself. And that experience will allow you to realize you're getting validation from outside sources, which are fleeting. It's hard to think about, and it's hard to actually internalize what that means, because now I'm very much over it because I'm going to freaking Stanford. Let's be for real, I cannot complain. But I did get rejected from the majority of those schools. And that is being 100% for real. But in comparison, to think that that I got rejected from schools with 25% acceptance rate, 30% acceptance rate, 10% acceptance rate, and then got into a school with a 4% acceptance rate like Stanford, that goes to show you that the college process makes no sense and cannot be predicted at all. So the best thing that you can do for yourself is, in this way, not put all your eggs in one basket, which I hate to say, because if you really feel passionately about a school and you believe that you should go there, you should apply early if that's the path you want to take. Just do not block yourself off from all the other schools that you could have the opportunity to go to. And that is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope I taught you something. I hope you enjoyed some of my personal stories. And if you want more of this type of content, more will be coming soon, with me talking about with videos of me applying to college, of me getting rejected, of me crying, all of that. Plus how you choose the right school for you once you've been accepted and you have all that information. And then more about simply tips and tricks, different learning advice, how to ace that last year of school, how to not get demotivated, etc., etc., etc. So thank you guys again so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, put them in the comment section down below. I will be happy to answer all of those questions. If you want to know any of my stats, anything about that, if you want some help, I have your back. And always remember to stay amazing, and to work hard but not too hard. Bye.